Hey guys, I'm Connor.
And I'm Landon.
And another movie review. I guess we're a movie reviewing channel now.
Yeah.
But we just saw another movie. Another great movie. A movie that was technically supposed to come out last year, but I guess came out this week or something like that.
It was supposed to come out last month. Not last year. Yeah.
Wait, what? Technically, you say last year. You say last month. Well, you say last month and everything, but
it's late at night.
I keep forgetting that it's January.
It's late.
Yeah. By the way, this video is currently being taken at like 1 a.m. because we just got back from the movie and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the new movie starring Leonardo DiCaprio, directed by. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his name.
Alejandro Iñárritu. I don't know his middle name.
Who's the same guy who made the movie Birdman, by the way,
and
for all of you.
And he makes artistic.
He was originally a DJ. Did you know that?
I did not know
he was
that.
originally a DJ. It's starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hardy. The movie is called...
And Will Poulter, and it's called The Revenant.
There you go. I'm going to adjust the camera real quick.
AKA The Undead. Fun fact, Leonardo DiCaprio has not... I'm just kidding, that's not fun. What is fun fact? Oh, he almost died during a parachute jump.
He almost died during a parachute jump. There's a scene in the movie where he legit actually throws up.
Before we start our review about this movie and we give our synopsis about it, just give the man a damn Oscar.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Just give it. And honestly, spoilers. There's really not that much to spoil about the movie. I'm just gonna be honest. But we will do spoilers in this, so just. I'll do the countdown, I guess. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that was the time to click off the video before you got the spoilers. So, let's get going. So yeah, just give the man an Oscar, is all we're saying. I mean, in Django Unchained, he had to cut open his hand.
Yeah,
like legit.
Legit. He actually didn't even mean to. He just slammed the glass down, cut it. This one he ate a buffalo's
and he
liver.
He didn't even break character when he did that.
No, he didn't. He was like, "Oh fuck, guys, I need to." No, and he fucking wiped it on. I was like, "What the f?"
But that's another movie that's Django Unchained. In this movie, there's a part where he actually ate a legit, actual buffalo liver, and it's the part in the movie where. He just got out of the river after being chased by the Native Americans and stuff, and then another Native American guy finds him and he watches like a bunch of wolves kill a buffalo. Then later there's a fire and then the wolves are like running away. One of them's on fire.
Fire too. Yeah.
And there's a Native American guy and he's eating out of the buffalo and everything, and he pretty much says like, "Oh," Leonardo DiCaprio walks towards the guy and he's just like, "Hey, I'm hungry. I'm pretty much dying here."
Yeah.
And then he throws him like a buffalo liver, and he bites into it. It was a real, actual buffalo liver, and
that's a legit reaction he actually has in the movie. I've watched a lot of interviews, and just the way he describes it.
Yeah, he's seen the movie twice.
Yeah, this is my second scene, and me and Connor can both agree that leaving this movie, you are gonna feel the length of the movie, but you're gonna feel a new kind of emotion. You're gonna kind of question, like, do I like the movie? Or
well, once you start thinking about it more, you realize
you're gonna fucking
how great this movie actually is.
And the score is beautiful.
It's very minimalistic on the score.
Yeah,
have you noticed the last two Alejandro, whatever his name is? Iñárritu movies. Both of them have like very minimalistic scores.
Yes.
Both movies that he's made have had very minimalistic like scores behind them and stuff. Like this movie, literally just had every once in a while they had like the orchestra.
Yeah.
And it was like just a few chords and stuff. Last movie he made, Birdman, the whole entire score for the movie was literally just drums.
Yeah.
It was like a guy doing like a jazz drumming to it and everything.
Probably saving a lot of money just doing that though,
But yeah, pretty much basics. Plot synopsis, whatever synopsis.
A synopsis.
There we go.
It's a synopsis. I'm sorry.
Behind the movie is that Leonardo DiCaprio plays a guy named Hugh Glass. His son, whose name is Hawk, and Leonardo DiCaprio. Tom Hardy, who plays a guy. Don't remember what his full name is, but it was Fitzgerald. I think it was John Fitzgerald or something like that.
And then Will Poulter, who plays God, what's his name? It's some other.
I thought his name was like fucking Rachel or something like that in the movie. That's
Rachel. No.
But yeah, also the basic synopsis is that they're a hunting group and everything. They're hunting.
American hunting.
They're an American hunting group, and they have a whole bunch of hides and stuff. I guess that'd be the name for it and everything. And then they have all that stuff, but then Native Americans come and attack them and everything, kill a whole bunch of their men. They have to travel in a boat. They get to a certain area and they're just waiting it out and everything.
Yeah.
And while while everyone's sleeping, Leonardo DiCaprio, or Glass, is walking and everything, and he sees a few bear cubs. He turns around and
wherever there's babies, there has to be the mother.
Yeah, and a mama bear pretty much mauls him near to death. And he is pretty much just like, glimpses of his life is left. He kills the bear. I don't feel like he won the fight though.
Yeah.
He pretty much that was just a survival thing. And sure, I guess man versus beast he won, but he was still almost dead.
Watching that scene, and I was telling Connor before the review, was one of the most gruesome and hard to watch scenes. And I'm not saying that just because, like we said, the more you think about the movie, the more you like it. It's just because you hear about we're from the Midwest, so we're from
we're from Nebraska, so we don't have bears.
We don't have bears, but a few hours up north from us, we have the Dakotas, and there's bears up there. I've seen them personally. And you hear all these stories about mauling and
bear attacks and how people like how it happens to them and all that stuff. And I've even seen the movie Grizzly Man. I've heard the audio and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, that's gruesome.
I've heard and I've heard stories and stuff, but I've never seen what an actual bear mauling would look like. I think this probably would come close to the real thing, but then again, I've never seen it before. But yeah, honestly, the reason why it was so intense for me was not because he was being attacked by a bear. It was because he was being attacked by a bear. But then the bear just kept coming back.
Yeah,
and just kept almost killing him and stuff. And he the bear was standing inches away from it, not inches away from him, but feet away from him and stuff. And he had his gun pointed at the bear after he was being mauled and stuff. And it was just he shot the bear in the face. It was just don't do it, don't do it. Oh,
he did it.
You're dead.
It's just I think either way, it's just even if he would have just have lain there. The bears would have came back and started gnawing on him again. But
back to the story of the movie. After that happens, his team finds him and all that stuff, and they try to heal him up as best they can. And they're gonna bring him to a place as long as they can until pretty much he dies. And then Tom Hardy and Will
Poulter.
Yep. Will Poulter. I like how you remember his name.
Mr. Eyebrows. That guy has fucking eyebrows.
He's usually in comedies.
Yeah, I know.
Speaking of comedies, this movie was. There's
parts where you're supposed to laugh.
In any movie that you ever watch ever, no matter what it is, there's parts where you're either gonna laugh, chuckle, or find the little part, even just if it's just one line, where you're just this movie, no.
This movie,
there's one tone to describe this movie: depressing.
Depressing, and at the same time, it's just oh man, keep your spirits up, you keep on breathing.
Yeah, but what was it? Leonardo DiCaprio. He's dying and everything, and they said, we're just gonna finish him off now and give him a proper burial. But his son, whose name is Hawk, I forgot what the actor's
name. In all honesty,
just Hawk. There we go.
Hawk, yeah.
But his son sees that and is not having it. Doesn't want his father to die and everything. So Tom Hardy kills him right in front of Leonardo DiCaprio. So he saw his son die right in front of him.
And he couldn't do anything about it because his throat was slit.
Yeah, they try to give him a proper burial and all that stuff, but Leonardo DiCaprio's still alive. And then pretty much the rest of the movie is him surviving and getting, I guess, was he trying to get back to his men? Or was he the whole movie he was trying to find Fitzgerald.
Yeah, he was trying
to find Tom Hardy so he could kill him with revenge. And the main thing in this, when they say something about revenge, is just revenge is something blah blah blah, and they say
left in the creator's hands.
Yeah, revenge is left in the creator's hands, not mine.
Yeah,
but the rest of the movie is pretty much him trying to find Tom Hardy so he can kill him in revenge for killing his son and everything. And longness ensues, but
longness does ensue, and majority of the. Like we said, majority of the story is DiCaprio trying to get to his men to find Fitzgerald.
And then, the French. Also, Tom Hardy pretty much trying to get back to the town.
Texas.
He's
trying to get back to Texas.
Town and find his team and everything and get his reward and all that stuff.
And then the thing that everyone kind of skips over in history is that Americans, us white people, I'm just gonna say that, us white people, we did a lot of bad shit.
Yeah, we did.
But the French, they fucked up. This group was particularly something.
Yeah, and
The chief's daughter.
you have another thing in
know.
pretty much the side stories of that is Tom Hardy trying to get back to the town, the French trying to just
collect pelts. Yeah, they're collecting
collect pelts and
they're
be
for
dicks
so they
could
too.
get money and stuff. And then the Native American tribe and everything that was like killing out the men and stuff.
Yeah.
Originally, it was just like you're looking at it and you're just like, oh no, these Native American people are killing all these people for no reason. Actually, the reason for it is because the chief is trying to find his daughter the whole time,
which the French had captured and raped, and which was hard to watch. And then obviously Leonardo DiCaprio, he holds the guy hostage and then she cuts the dick.
But yeah,
which is awesome.
She says, "I'll cut your
balls
off." I was just
like,
it was. Well,
let's just say this is one of the, usually a revenge movie is like, oh, I got you now, and then there's a huge explosion or an awesome death. This is one of the most realistic revenge movies. It's like,
it wasn't just like a quick little. Oh, it's like a back then. It's not a Western.
It's not a Western. It's way before the Western thing.
Way before the Wild West existed. But usually in movies, even around this time, it'd just be like, I found you. Let's have a standoff and.
Or it's like someone's getting their head just chopped off. Or
not this movie. When
he got scalped.
When Leonardo DiCaprio finally finds Tom Hardy, he doesn't find him. His the guy who pretty much played General Hux. Forgot what his name was.
Yeah, General Hux.
Yeah, the guy who played General Hux, who is the chief leader and all that stuff. I forgot that he was supposed to have American accent.
I did too.
Like in the movie, when he was talking and stuff, he had like an American accent. Like I'm speaking right now, like in almost a Midwestern accent in a way. That's the thing about Midwestern people; we don't really have an accent.
A lot of people say we do, but I don't hear it.
Neither do. Well, it's because we speak it.
We speak it.
Anyways, but yeah, he finds him, and then they have like a shoot off and everything, and they shoot each other pretty much almost at the same time. But the guy who played General Hux died, and then he got scalped,
which is
and
gruesome.
Leonardo DiCaprio, or his character in the movie Hugh Glass, did one of the smartest things I've ever seen in a movie. He sets up not the general guy, but like the leader of the group. I don't really know what the name for this is. I'm just gonna call him a general. Fuck it. He sets him up to make it look like he's the guy who's riding the horse and stuff, because there's two horses, and then he sets the general Leonardo DiCaprio originally set the general on the back of the second horse, and that was riding, but he had the idea to set him up like it was him, and then he was gonna lay down like that,
like the dead guy.
So Tom Hardy shot the guy on the horse. I literally thought they were taking the route of, oh, Tom Hardy is a bad guy, and the bad guy's going to get away with it the whole time. And I was just like, but then it was just like, oh.
Because he cut the branch. Yeah, Hugh Glass is a very smart man. This is
I think it proves because, you know how back in the day, in like the French and Indian War and all that stuff, or like back with the Native Americans and all that stuff, they pretty much knew how to track things really good because they knew their surrounding. I think because Hugh Glass, or Leonardo DiCaprio's character in the movie, was surrounded by Native Americans, had a Native American son, and had a wife, or I guess you could call it his wife. Who was Native American stuff. They probably taught him how to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
So he just learned how to do it. And he knows how to do it now.
A lot of this movie. Now I read half the book. I didn't read full of it. It's by Michael Punk. I think it's Michael. My bad. But anyway, it's a great read. Then it follows the book in a lot of perspectives that you would want to find it, in all honesty. But, just watching this movie is just...
Going into this movie, I knew Alejandro... What the fuck's his last name?
You can just call him G.I.
What? Alejandro G.I.?
Yeah.
Alright, so... His movies, there is one thing that you will notice. Birdman was supposed to just look like this, but there is one thing that he has in his movies that is very popular, and I saw in this movie. It's what looks like a continuous shot.
It does, yeah.
Because in Birdman, it just looked like one continuous shot throughout the entire movie. There were scenes in this where, usually they'd have, one character speaking, and then they cut to the other character. This one, they, do pans. They go over to different characters. They have, a follow shot and everything.
In a way, it's kind of like the Star Wars opening. It's kind of just like the...
And there's a lot of atmospheric shots in this movie, and that's to give it, the whole... You're not going to watch a movie that's fast-paced and happens at a regular rate. You're going to watch kind of a slow-paced movie that is going to keep you intrigued throughout the entire thing.
One thing I just ripped ass right there. One thing I say about this movie is that I can't even, from all the movies I've seen, I can't tell you how many reviews I've heard. This I just pulled me right into the movie, and I just felt like I was there. I can call bullshit on a lot of that, but this one, I forgot I was watching a movie
At parts of the movie.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie. I thought I was watching kind of like a documentary.
You know,
in part of
like,
the movie.
yeah,
I was kind of
and-
just watching it, just like, oh
like-
shit, this is a movie.
I was like, oh crap!
Oh shit, this is not actually happening.
Yeah,
Huh.
and the acting in this is just top notch.
Yeah, acting in this movie is awesome as usual with the Leonardo DiCaprio
Oh
movie.
yeah, I don't really
The
think
guy who deserves an Oscar and everything, but you said that everyone's just like, oh, I feel like I was there and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I can say that also because here's the thing. In most movies where it's supposed to take place in like the winter or
Yeah.
like in like mountains
Yeah.
and all that stuff, and it's supposed to feel like a cold environment and all that. Like the last movie that I saw in theaters was The Hateful Eight. That's a
Yeah.
movie that's set in a cabin in the middle of winter during a blizzard, and
Mhm.
someone goes outside and they come back in, they're freezing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I was just watching it like, oh, it's a Quentin Tarantino movie, and oh, it's cold.
Funny moment, yeah.
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 But this movie, I was wearing a coat during this movie because it's fucking -6 in Nebraska right now.
Yeah.
But I had it off during the movie. I'm not kidding you. I put my coat back on during this movie because I legit felt cold.
I know.
Because they had like the cold actual, like anytime that they were in the water and stuff, I was just like, how are you not freezing right now?
Yeah, I know. It's just that puny little fire that they had.
Yeah. By the way, there was I call it in the part of the movie the mock Star Wars moment in
Yeah.
the movie. So, they find Leonardo DiCaprio, like the Native Americans and all that stuff, and they're pretty much gonna kill him because, well, not the Native, no, it was the French.
He stole the French horse.
Yeah, he stole the French's horse, and he set the one girl free because he killed the guys,
Mhm.
pretty much who were holding
Healing.
holding her captive and all that stuff. And they were following him and everything, and then he is riding a horse and he falls off a cliff
Which
into
was
like a
awesome.
tree and everything, which, if that was real, holy fuck, how did he not die? But then when he gets down there, he cuts open the horse, takes all of its guts out, and then like pretty much sleeps inside the horse
Mhm.
throughout the night. He was naked too. I was like, am I gonna see Leonardo DiCaprio naked? Okay, I didn't really, but
You saw his ass. Booga sugar.
what?
No, but the scene was basically the Tauntaun in Star Wars.
Yeah,
Yeah, Star Wars. Everything relates to
everything.
Star Wars.
Yeah, wow. But yeah. What is there to talk about? There's just
This movie, in a lot
Here's-
of ways, hits in an emotional, an emotional note, and
true.
like you said, I felt for the characters. I was like, oh, no. But it's just
And
like
when
I said,
Tom
it was-
Hardy died at the end of the movie, usually whenever you see like a revenge movie, it's just kind of just like, oh, this happened, or oh, this happened. And do I think that Tom Hardy's character deserved it? Yeah.
yeah, he was an asshole.
He was an ass.
He
pretty-
and then like
pretty
at the
much-
same time, this movie is not in a way trying to glorify violence.
There was barely any violence in
It was
the movie.
barely.
but
I mean, you could. It was gruesome.
There's barely even lines in the movie.
Yeah,
Like Leonardo DiCaprio did a great job in the
Yeah.
movie. Had
Barely
a great
talked.
acting, but yeah, he barely talked. He barely had, and most of the lines that he had was in native.
Was Pawnee.
Yeah, Pawnee. Also, did you notice this when they
Sioux.
say something? Yeah, they said the Sioux tribe.
Mhm.
The whole theater.
Wait, what?
She's like, oh, we're
Yeah,
from
'cause,
there.
yeah,
We're from there.
We're from there. Sioux City.
Yeah, Sioux City.
So it's the
Iowa,
worst
which-
place.
What?
I'm just kidding. Sioux City
Okay.
is.
But
that's where.
yeah,
I
there's
that.
a lot. Here's the weird thing. A lot happens in this movie, but what?
I ripped ass, and you're probably gonna smell it a bit.
A lot happens in this movie, but not a lot happens in this movie. It's weird to describe. There's three things. There's like a few things that I felt when I was watching this movie. I was It was, for me, it was entertainingly, boringly,
Yeah.
intriguingly awesome.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say I was bored but intrigued at the same time. That's an emotion I've never really felt in the movie.
before, and-
I was just like, when's this gonna end? I don't want it to.
It's
though.
like
That's weird.
take it as like you watching a documentary that you really like, but you're watching it with friends, and that there's boring parts.
Yeah,
but you
we
end up
watched it
loving
late
it.
at night, so I don't blame this. But
Yeah.
the other Landon, not this Landon,
Not
but
me.
the one from the Evolution, my band, and also the Dookie Boys and stuff. he was pretty much sleeping throughout the whole movie.
It was late too.
Yeah, I was kind of just like, why did you? Well, you did wake up at 4 o'clock today.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say this. There's a lot of scenes in this movie. Like, if you get up and go to the bathroom and come back, I'm not really gonna say you're gonna miss much, but you may miss one thing. If you're one of those people that thinks that that views even dialogue between two people that's talking about this or that is important in the movie.
Like during the Hateful Eight, if you would have got up and you would have missed something for sure.
Yeah, and speaking of movies that have lengths to them and stuff, The Hateful Eight is a movie that is pretty much 3 hours long. It's 2 hours and 48 minutes. For me, it felt like a short 2 hour movie.
Yeah.
But it was just over with, and I was just like, this movie, I'm not kidding you, I hate myself for doing this because I hate doing this in movies.
Yeah.
This guy has a watch.
Yeah.
And there is parts in this movie, like an hour into the movie, I leaned over, I was like, hey, what time is it? And the movie started technically at 10:15 because there's only 15 minutes of previews and stuff. It was 11:15, I was just like...
In all honesty, when you kind of think about it, I mean, I know, I completely understand where you're coming from, but that's kind of, that's a director's doing his job, making you feel...
Yeah, making you feel the length of the movie.
Like, oh shit, he's been there for days, go somewhere warm, hide or whatever. A director's doing a job, man. My hat's off to you.
I will say this. Some of my cons for the movie is that it's intriguing for every single scene, but it's like, Hugh Glass gets back to the town and everything. Oh, they're gonna go find John Fitzgerald or whatever his name was and all that stuff. It was just like, we got back. Oh, John Fitzgerald went away and everything. My reaction was like this. It was just like, they have to find him
again. And then
they find him. It was just like, this is awesome.
The part where it's like, maybe he has like a 2-day lead. I was like,
maybe half a day.
That was just son of a bitch.
Half a day? You better get there now.
Yeah, I know. But in a lot of ways, that's not how the old time worked.
Leonardo DiCaprio made a really good point when it comes to that. It's like, you kill elk. What do? They go off and they hide in the forest. Instead of just getting away really far away. They would scatter and hide in the forest. It's because Tom Hardy was scared. And it does have the Tom Hardy effect where you can barely understand what he's saying in parts of the movie.
A lot of the parts of the movie. Now, I was afraid now going into the movie theater. Now, what I do when I go to the movies, I inspect my surroundings. I look at everyone, not to be creepy, but the people in front of me were talking before the previews, and I was like, okay, this might be a problem. Same with the people in back. The whole movie, the first time I saw it, I was surprised. It was a packed theater. Everyone shut the hell up when the movie started. And same with today, there's a few occasions where they got up. But nothing like to where it was like, when is this movie gonna end? It's just like, I was like, okay.
There was times I was asking that in the back of my mind. I was like, how long is this movie? But then I was kind of just like, do I really want it to end though?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the weird thing. It's kind of just like, I want to see Leonardo DiCaprio get better from nearly dying, go all the way back to find Tom Hardy, and I want him to kill him.
Yeah.
And I don't care how long that takes. I want to see this process happen.
And it's kind of ironic because back then, Tom Hardy was almost scalped, and that's why his hair was all fucked up. And he was finally scalped at the end of the movie.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that. I didn't understand that.
And honestly, when they went back to Leonardo DiCaprio, when they went to, when he pushed him off there and everything, when they went back and, I thought he wasn't there for a second.
Really?
I thought he jumped. I thought he went into the river. I thought Leonardo DiCaprio was going to die at the end of the movie.
No.
From the stab wounds and all that stuff. Also, Leonardo DiCaprio broke the fourth wall at the end of this movie.
Looked at you.
And you want to know what's kind of weird? Did you notice that in parts of the movie, the camera was so close and it was so authentically close? When he breathed on...
It'd fog up.
Yeah, it'd fog up and everything. I was like...
It's like, should I bitch about that?
It's like, should that have happened?
Yeah, I know, but
because now I know it was a camera.
Yeah, and then it's just like, then you kind of feel like, it gives you that
kind of in the way
feel.
That's kind of in the way the documentary type feel.
Yeah,
that I felt in some of the movie. It was just in parts of the movie you could totally tell that the movie was actually being filmed with a camera.
Yeah.
Rather than just being like, I'm watching an adventure of a person and all that stuff. It was kind of just like, I'm watching a movie being filmed. Okay.
In kind of a similar way, it's kind of like watching Saving Private Ryan and Castaway.
You feel the length of the movie.
You feel the length.
But you enjoy the length of the movie.
Yeah.
It's like, take Castaway. Yeah. I forgot how long the movie was.
That movie's like almost 4 hours.
I watched it. It feels like it's almost 4 hours.
Yeah,
the movie's like 2.5 hours or 2 hours and 45 minutes. And I was watching it the other day. Castaway feels like a 4-hour movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
You want to know what a 4-hour movie actually is? Gone with the Wind. It feels like it's a day long.
Yeah, it's
highest grossing movie of all time with inflation, by the way, $3.8 billion. Anyways, but yeah, The Revenant. This is a great movie. I think it is honestly one of the world's like America's. I want to say it's America's
per se, because the Native Americans, this makes me feel bad.
Well, I was gonna say it was like one of the world's modern masterpiece movies.
I would say, when I filmed it, like, I've always had this mindset. Movies is a passion for both of us, and I've always wanted to direct. And
more him than me. Mine is
music.
Mine's music. Blink-182 shirt, by the way. But his is movies. I don't blame him for it. Because movies, as I said in the Babadook review, movies are my number 2 when it comes to things that I love the most in the world. Number 1 is music. Number 2 is movies. Number 3 is like, I guess, learn about it, like astrology and like space and shit. But yeah,
literally, like, he's been my best friend for a while, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna turn gay on you for a second. It's okay. Gay is okay, everybody. No, but I don't know. Connor's always the first guy to take to a movie theater, because I know he's gonna shut the fuck up. I was kind of afraid to bring. We brought my other friends, Javier and Ramon, who are Panda Bear.
Mexican Panda Bear Adventures might be coming back, by the way.
Might be coming back, and then Ulysses. I don't think you guys have been introduced. And then Landon, like you said.
Yeah.
Not me, but.
Like, all of them came into the movie, and, like, the reason why I think I know what you're going to say, you were kind of fearing taking them to the movie, is because when we saw Man of Steel, or Kick-Ass 2, to be more honest, they got popcorn before the movie. I swear to God, I heard this every 5 minutes. Can you pass the popcorn?
Yeah.
It's just like, I was fearing that was going to happen.
Or they're going to make a joke about any little thing.
Yeah, this movie, you don't really joke. You don't joke around about this movie.
Because you're going to look like an ass. Like,
yeah, you just sit there like this.
Yeah, I know. I saw Connor a few times go. Like, just.
I just sit there like that sometimes. I'll be completely honest. When Leonardo DiCaprio was laying on his dead son, I thought they were going to do like a hallucination thing where his son wakes up or something like that. Yeah. So I kind of started going like this.
Yeah, this is a.
No, that's just me in movies. I don't like a jump scare, even if it's not effective. Cause want to know the reason why I don't like a jump scare? Not because it scares me, because I know everyone's gonna laugh at me. I know that if I'm sitting there and a jump scare happens, I go like that. Yeah. I know everyone's just gonna be like.
Yeah, we always make fun of Connor. We give Connor a lot of shit, but I know.
What if I accidentally hit you there?
I would have fucked you up, son. No, but in all honesty, this movie, if you love your history, you're gonna love it. If you love Leonardo DiCaprio in general, you're gonna love it.
Yeah. Chris Stuckman, I guess. But I was gonna say, reviewing wise and rating wise, I guess we're at that part of the video, which means we're trying to wrap this shit up now. But rating wise, if I were to give it a Chris Stuck, by the way, our Hateful Eight review.
Yeah.
I didn't know those were the scores for the movie. The scores that I gave, I was like, if I was reviewing it like Jeremy Jahns or Chris Stuckman, I actually said the legit reviews that they gave for the movie. Yeah. And I didn't watch the reviews until after. I said Hateful Eight, I would have gave it Chris Stuckman wise an A-, and Jeremy Jahns an Awesome Tackler. I didn't know they actually gave those the ratings. But if I were to give this a Chris Stuckman rating, A. Obviously Awesome Tackler, like Jeremy Jahns review. Jeremy Jahns, okay, buy it on Blu-ray. All right.
Buy it on Blu-ray. Even though
I'm satisfied with that.
I am too.
I'm satisfied with Awesome Tackler because yes.
In all honesty, when people say, "Well, when you
actually here's a review that Jeremy Jahns has only gave out for like 2 movies.
Huh.
The movie's Awesome Tackler, but it's Oscar worthy. That's a review that people forgot that he actually has. He gave it out for the movie 127 hours.
No, true. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, he gave Oscar worthy.
Huh.
And that's what this movie is. This movie is Oscar worthy.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Jeez. Yeah, and in my review, I'm a sucker for history.
But I'm going back to the real thing, real quick. Our rating wise, which is through 10, or if we decide to do it differently, through 5. perfect 5 out of 5,
Yep.
and perfect 10 out of 10.
Yeah, then I'm completely on board with what Connor said.
And we haven't I don't think we gave out a 10 for a movie
yet
on this channel.
yet. Star Wars. Yeah, we fanboyed the shit out of it, and obviously I didn't want to be like, fanboy. 10 in Star Wars.
It was Empire. That was a 10.
Empire.
Everything else besides Empire, in my mind, is a 9.5.
Besides the prequels.
Well, yeah. And I love Return of the Jedi
But
to death, but to me it's an 8.5.
I completely agree. It's enjoyable, but this movie, Oscar worthy, like you said.
It's a masterpiece of a movie.
I would say it.
When
is
I was watching the
today,
movie,
oh no, well, I'd say it's literally today's just a castaway. It's art when you watch it.
What did you tweet, by the way, about it?
I tweeted. I'll tell you real quick what I tweeted.
But yeah, this movie completely Oscar worthy of a movie. It should get. I don't know if it should get Best Picture, but it probably should. But Leonardo DiCaprio definitely deserves the Oscar for this movie, and Tom Hardy probably deserves Best Supporting Actor.
And I totally agree. What I did tweet was, as rare as this sounds, The Revenant might be today's modern film art.
And then I think you Facebook something about you said, even though I'm a diehard Star Wars fan and stuff.
Oh yeah. Here's what I said on Facebook. Let me just go back to my.
No, you cannot add us on Facebook.
You can add
For
me
anybody who actually watches this video.
Yeah, it's probably us. Okay, I'm just kidding. I said Revenant is a phenomenal film and a great read. Would recommend highly. And my friend Ramon, which we did see I'm not gonna call him our accomplice because he's our friend. So we saw it with him. He's on a scale of 1 to super awesome. How was it? And a bunch of question marks. And I'm like, and he said, because he knows they all know we're huge diehard Star Wars fan. And I said, how Star Wars is always my favorite. I would, without a thought, give this movie of the year. I would, now if you consider it 2015.
And saying that, I would go back to Chris Stuckman's top 10 favorite movies of 2015 and stuff. His number 2 on there was Mad Max Fury Road. And you may be wondering, it's just why is that number 2 if he gave that an A+, which he barely gives out, and he gave Star Wars: The Force Awakens an A, number 1 for that and everything. And honestly, if this movie had came out last year, and I saw it last year, and it was officially a 2015 movie. Technically, where we're from, it's technically a 2016 movie, but I guess it's considered a 2015 movie. It's really confusing.
Yeah.
But I would say,
either way, it's off to a great start.
I'm going to consider The Revenant a 2015 movie, and it's officially knocking off Mad Max Fury Road for my second favorite movie of the year. But I am so against myself with whether or not I should actually make Star Wars number 1 or this number 1, but I think I'm gonna go with Star Wars because it was amazing. Yeah. This movie's a masterpiece, but Star Wars was the funnest experience I've ever had in a movie theater.
I don't even blame you. I was pressing these. I'm like, you guys need to see The Revenant real bad.
But I'm doing.
Wars, I would obviously give it to. But.
I'm doing the Chris Stuckman effect of the movie that I gave the highest review for of the last year was my second favorite movie of the year.
As time goes, movies taste different. I was actually thinking about buying the Revenant poster. I'm like, is it too soon?
Yeah, and me and him are, mostly maybe him, but I'm starting a thing where pretty much I'm keeping my movie poster, movie tickets.
Yeah, but other than that, I really want you, whoever's watching this, please.
Your ratings,
same
as mine, pretty much.
Same as yours. A+ for me, 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5. Now on a scale of what was it? Oh, A+. Never mind. Take that back. I already said. I said it's late at night.
Jeremy
everybody.
Jones, Awesome-tacular, or I guess if you want to do
Oscar-worthy,
that Oscar-worthy thing that he only gave out 2 movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're standing it now. By the way, if Leonardo DiCaprio does not get the Oscar for this movie,
we will.
We officially just boycott the Oscars until they give him one.
It's rigged.
Everyone knows that. Matthew McConaughey. Okay, never mind. I never saw Dallas Buyers Club or whatever it was called, but maybe it was better than The Wolf of Wall Street. I don't know.
Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not gonna say it was awesome. It was awesome, but it wasn't it was Oscar worthy. It's fun to watch. It's a fun movie.
But yeah, The Revenant. This movie is
It's art.
What's the word for it? Incredible. There we go. This
I don't
movie.
even think incredible like
This
gives it
movie is
justice.
just a piece of art.
It's like you're watching
It's
like
like
something be.
it's like Leonardo da Vinci painted this movie.
Yeah,
And
it's
Leonardo.
like no.
Anyways, but
yeah.
this movie is pretty much. I would say it's 21st century's modern art form when it comes to movies.
I would say
the action in this movie was great when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
The score was amazing for this movie.
Uh-huh.
The song
I even downloaded it.
Yeah. I will say this. I never say this about movies, but the makeup effects in this movie were great.
Yeah.
When you saw like all the scratch marks and all the stuff that Leonardo DiCaprio had and all that stuff on his body after getting attacked from the bear, you believed he actually had those scars and shit.
Like,
The acting, of course, was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Leonardo DiCaprio, as always, is superb. Even in movies that suck, he's good at.
He makes good.
He makes them good. It's like if Leonardo DiCaprio's in a movie, he makes the movie enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
Like case in point, The Great Gatsby movie wasn't that good. Leonardo DiCaprio was good. He made it good.
He made it good.
But yeah, all pretty much the points when it comes to this movie. This movie is a near flawless movie.
Yeah, pretty damn near. Yeah, no, not going through time. We're gonna realize that there's flaws in it, but
maybe there's flaws, but you know what?
I had a fucking good
whatever.
Yeah, whatever. It's a movie. I highly recommend it. You know, it's gonna take a little bit of, like we said, time out of your day. We did see it late at night, so I'd recommend either see it.
Yeah, we saw it at 10 o'clock and it got over almost at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Rating for the movie is a 10 or a 5 or an A+, or an Awesome-tacular, or Oscar worthy. But yeah, so if you like this video, hit the like button, I guess.
Please.
But yeah, so stay tuned for probably the next movie review, which is most likely going to be next month after we see Deadpool.
Yeah.
This is going to be full of movie reviews.
In all honesty, just kidding. I would like just to make a movie. That would be sweet. We could just make off this too.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And
all right. Well,
we'll see you guys later. Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
3,
2,
1.
We're done.
Goodbye.